Welcome, welcome, beautiful souls, to my YouTube channel. This is Eve 44.4. I'm very excited to look at the energies that are coming in already right now. We're in the eclipse corridor that opened up about 10 days to 2 weeks before the solar eclipse that we had here on October 25th at 2 degrees of Scorpio. We had a solar eclipse. Now we're going into a full moon lunar eclipse with the moon in the sign of Taurus opposite the sun in the sign of Scorpio. This full moon or lunar eclipse is called the Beaver moon. It is a wonderful full moon for creating. And so this is the affirmation for this lunar eclipse. I am a mighty creator or creatrix. It is my birthright to create. It's a time to be industrious, to welcome in the process of creation, the idea of being busy as a beaver. But what is a beaver creating? A beaver is creating a dam. Beavers build very, very strong foundations. So you want to look at the foundation of the most significant things in your life. And of course, beaver energy is very earthy, grounded energy, which also is the sign of Taurus. So it's looking at your foundations in your life right now. What are you building? Are the foundations strong enough? Will they withstand the test of time? And are they balanced? Now, the sign of Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. She is the planet of love, abundance, beauty, and creativity. So we have that extra energy around creativity here, but also love and abundance. And so when we go into a full moon, and especially a lunar eclipse, the first thing we get here is the message of balancing out whatever area of our lives this eclipse is highlighting. Because eclipses, lunar eclipses, are about seeking balance between polar opposites, or two things that you actually need in your life, but you want to just kind of check in and see, is this balanced in my life? What can I do to know that I'm giving to each component of my life, or qualities or expressions of myself, in equal time, energy, and form? The moon in Taurus would be Venus then, so that would be about our love life, but also about our financial well-being. And Taurus is a very, very creative energy. And so the first message here is, what are you creating in your life? Across your financial field and across your relationship field. But also beauty comes into play here as well. How beautiful do you feel about yourself? And I don't mean looking at yourself in the mirror and just looking at how you look outwardly. I'm asking you to look at, how beautiful do you feel inside? Because Taurus is that effervescent beauty that comes from the inside outward. Taurus is not ruling external beauty only. It's how you build and grow and blossom that internal beauty so that it finds an external expression. Now, yes, with the sign of Taurus, do you want to beautify your external environment and your external physical appearance? Absolutely. But it needs to be a reflection always of how you really feel about yourself. Think about Taurus. It is the matriarch, okay? It is the representation of Mother Earth. So there's great depth and strength and resilience and endurance in the sign of Taurus. And of all the 12 signs, it is the sign of pure harvest and blossoming. It's about creating a garden. Well, what do we do with a garden? We grow things, right? We know when to weed, when to water, when to plant. It's looking at the seasons. It's going with the flow, but we always have to work on it. Taurus is one of the work signs. It's telling us again, whatever it is you want to grow in your life right now, because I want to look at that as the primary energy. What do you want to grow in the field of personal relationships, whether they're romantic, business, or friend or family? in your business or creative ventures or finances. What do you want to grow? And understand you have to do this, launch this growth from a very balanced inner platform. So you've got to work on yourself first and ask that question, how do I feel about myself? Am I ready? Do I have enough finances to get this going? How balanced do I feel within my own being to bring something I want in terms of any one of these fields? Finances, love, creativity, and beauty. You always have to start with yourself as the launching pad. That's the focus here. And think about this. This is Beaver energy. You know you're incredibly strong. You have endurance. You can do this. That's what this Beaver moon is saying. Now, if this was a full moon, just simply a full moon without the eclipse part of it, it would be full speed ahead. However, because the moon is being eclipsed by the earth before the sun's light fully illuminates it, we're being guided to look at what obstacles, challenges, both inner and outer, that maybe we need to remove. Perhaps that pathway ahead of us isn't a straight pathway. Perhaps it's not a clear pathway. Maybe there's a lot of zigzags. Perhaps there's a lot of rocks or things on that path. So this lunar eclipse is inviting each and every one of us to look at, is our pathway clear? Is the green light on? Where do we need to sit in our lives to be sure we're in this deep place of clarity around the decisions we want to make for self-growth and for outer growth in these different areas of our life? Okay, so that's the energy in a nutshell. Now remember, the moon is our emotional body. And so we've got to work through our emotional body first. We can't just go into our mental body or physical or financial. Even though Taurus rules the financial physical, we're being asked, because it's a moon, it's a lunar energy, to dive very deep into our emotional body to look for the answers there as well. Absolutely. Can you go out, look at your finances, cross all of your T's and I's, your checkbook, do your debits and credits? Can you take a really deep look into your financial well-being and how intelligent you are with running that? No doubt about it, you should be doing that. It's interesting, we'll always have the Beaver moon before the holidays, going into the holidays and the new year. And so it's a very good time to, without a doubt, look at our financial well-being. And then Taurus also rules our physical body and our energy. How are you feeling physically? But most importantly, your emotional well-being is your guide here. It's your compass. And if you're not doing well or feeling well physically, there's things going on in your financial or career platform. Check in with yourself. How do you feel about things in your life right now? So that is the question on the table. How are you feeling? Because Taurus is about feeling stable, feeling secure, feeling safe to move forward. You want to make sure that garden that you're growing isn't in the middle of a hurricane, right? That it's on solid ground and that you have the time, resources, and energy to give to this garden. So these are all the questions on the table. And remember, the full moon or lunar eclipse is opposite the sun in Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. Scorpio is a water sign. Scorpio is the one sign of all the 12 that is about renewal, about death and rebirth, about taking a very deep dive into every fiber of your being, doing your shadow work here to look at, is there any kind of obstacle in the way of my dreams, of what I want to create here, of the garden that I'm wanting to seed or go in and water and grow to another level. You've got to dive deep here. And when we're dealing with Scorpio energy, there has to be a lot of self-reflection on this journey. You can't just dive right in. You can't just take immediate action. You've got to do a lot of self-reflection before you take that action. Alrighty? So that's the astrological energy in a nutshell. Now, this lunar eclipse has some really interesting dynamics around it because we're having the sun conjuncting Mercury that day, creating a new Mercury. So on the day of the solar eclipse, we have a new Mercury. New Mercuries are about new forums, platforms, pathways of communication that you want to create right now. We get new Mercuries approximately every 8 weeks. So every 8 weeks, we get to change out how we're communicating or who we're communicating with. We get to always look at what we're doing within the field of communication. This new Mercury is occurring in the sign of Scorpio. That tells us that whatever communication we have with anyone, we have to use that inner reflection that I just spoke about. Be absolutely sure how you feel about what you want to communicate before you communicate. Because Mercury conjunct the sun in Scorpio can be someone who withholds information. They're not ready to speak necessarily. You know, Scorpio's the sign of the keeper of secrets. Scorpios talk about things or divulge things or sit down to the table only when they're fully ready. And secondly, they only want to talk about the things that they consider are relevant in that time frame. Scorpios don't like to runneth over the mouth, so to speak. They don't like wasting words or communication. They want to get to the meat of the subject, and they don't want to dither around with extra information around that. Now, other signs can experience that as, well, why aren't you talking about everything? You know, and other sign languages could experience that as withholding. But that's not the essence of Scorpio. Scorpio, sometimes, well, I'm going to say sometimes Scorpio does deliberately withhold. But when they do it for very good reason. But it's a reason that means something to them. And so when we're looking at this energy, we're all going into the Scorpio, the Mercury in Scorpio, okay? All of us. And so that is inviting you to look at, how do you communicate? Do you communicate with great depth and meaning? Or do you communicate where it feels like we're following a story to figure out what the end of the story is? Because Scorpio doesn't mince words. I love it with both Aries and Scorpio, the two signs that Mars rules. When we have Mercury there, they're very honest and direct, and they don't want to waste their time on superficiality, okay? And so we're looking at, over these next 8 weeks, on how we can deepen our communication, make it about make it about quality, the quality of how we communicate, not the quantity of how we communicate. It doesn't matter if you're texting someone all day long if what you're saying is superfluous. Doesn't matter that much. What matters is that one text or that one voice call where you're talking about something important, something deep, something emotional, something that has meaning for both parties or all parties or the situation involved. So this Scorpio energy is telling us whatever it is we're doing, we need to make sure it has great meaning to us. But guess what? In a full moon lunar eclipse, we need to also check in with the people involved on the other side of this. Does this have meaning for them too? Because you don't want to enter into a dialogue or any kind of relationship where it only has meaning to you, because that would be narcissistic, wouldn't it? It's about, how does this reflect upon all of the parties involved? You want to make sure that in looking very deeply at something, you're talking about this from the depth of your being, and you're being very directly honest about your emotional body here. but you want to make sure the person or the situation is really open to what you're bringing to the table. Are they listening? Are they understanding what you want to talk about? And they also are going to want to know, are you listening to them? Because this is where the balance comes in a lunar eclipse and a full moon. Both parties have to feel like they're entering into a mutually receptive, mutually considerate and supportive relationship. So how you feel is just as important as how the other person feels. And this is where the balance comes into being. This is where I feel like we're going to be doing the biggest amount of work during this energy. Now, all full moons usually refer to anywhere from a 2 to 3 to 4 week period. However, when we're in a lunar eclipse, we are looking at a 6-month window of time. Yes, the energy of that eclipse is at its most potent in the first 1 to 3 months of those 6 months, but it's running throughout that 6-month window. And already we have Mercury here conjunct the sun, telling us it's going to be a very big focus for at least the next 2 months or 8 weeks. Now, the other aspect occurring here is the moon in Taurus is going to be conjuncting Uranus. That's about breakthroughs. That's about emotional awakenings, breakthroughs. If you've been going through a dark night of the soul, feeling internally unclear, feeling indecisive, not knowing how you really feel about something, this moon conjunct Uranus hopefully is going to give you a deeper awareness here. Now, Uranus is retrograde, and it may not give you all of the awareness or clarity that you seek because it's retrograde. However, it's going to bring something to the table here. Now, with Uranus, it can be very sudden surprises too. A pathway in your life, suddenly when you think it's going right, you have to go left. So be aware there could be some very sudden, unexpected events in your life that are going to hit you on a heart level because the moon is in Taurus. So this is going to be highlighting your emotional body. This could be people coming into your life. It could be people leaving your life. It could be people returning to your life. Any number of things. Everyone's journey here will be individual. Now, because Uranus is retrograde, the full time frame on what I'm talking about might take you all the way through January. I believe Uranus comes out of retrograde on January 17th or 19th. And so understand we're now looking at a 3-month window. What did I say about eclipses? They're long. So with Mercury here, it's 2 months. With Uranus here, we're looking at 3 months. And you know, think of it this way. When we're dealing with Taurus and Scorpio energy, they are the slowest moving energies of the 12 astrological signs. Why? Because they want to do things step by step. They want to take their time. They don't want to be rushed. So it's really beautiful that we have this time to sift through everything. Now, those are the two big conjunctions. Now, along the way, both the moon, Mercury, and the sun will be hitting up Saturn. And so the challenge here is what Saturn is presenting us. Saturn is an Aquarius. If you really want to work through whatever's coming in for you under this eclipse, you've got to use the sign of Aquarius. Saturn is telling us where the work needs to be done because Saturn is the workhorse. But Saturn is about accountability, responsibility. It's about karma, dharma, destiny. It's about the contracts that you signed, the lessons that you came into this lifetime to learn. And in the sign language of Aquarius, it's showing us that the way for us to move through this eclipse energy is to really work on being an observer. Do not attach to things. Aquarius is the sign of detachment, non-attachment. You're not going to find the solution you really want if you're too close to the problem or if you're too close to the situation. You've got to distance yourself emotionally and mentally and even physically from it, reflect upon it, meditate on it, pray about it, whatever spiritual tools you use. But you've got to gain clarity through taking the observer role, the role of non-attachment. Now, the sign of Aquarius is also the sign of the we. The two signs in the astrological zodiac of the we or the us actually, are Aquarius and Pisces. Therefore, whatever decision you make, you are being asked by the universe to make it considering the well-being of every party involved. So you're not just doing it for your own well-being. You want to consider the greater well-being here as well while you're going through whatever this eclipse energy is bringing in for you. And lastly, on its journey here, all these planets, the moon, Mercury, and the sun, will be either sextiling or trining both Pluto and Neptune. So that will be the final journey here with all of this. And Pluto is the planet of death, right? It's Scorpio. It's renewal, death and rebirth. You have to transform. If you want that beautiful Garden of Eden to blossom, to grow, if you want to have a new garden to seed, you have got to transform. This is not about status quo. So if you're coming onto this channel listening to this and you want everything to stay the same, then this is not the reading for you, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, none of the messages here are going to be about that. So we're going to go into a pick-a pile here in just a few minutes, and I'll have all the timestamps below. But the information I'm giving you here right now is very, very important. You may feel like you don't even need to pick a pile, okay? Let's finish here with the numerology and the tarot. The month of November is an 11th month with a 6 universal year. That's a 17. So 17 in the tarot is the star card, which is Aquarius. And here we have Saturn in Aquarius moving forward. It's about reaching for your dreams, not compromising on what you really, really want deep in every fiber of your being. But I'm going to insist that you really go deep within your own being to figure out what that is, okay? Because this is not about running our life from the surface. We're running the life now from the depths of who and what we are, which requires us to work with our shadow as well as our light. It requires both. The star energy is beautiful. It also means that this whole month, there could be wonderful things coming in for you. There could be miracles. But the star card is also about healing. Emotional healing, physical healing, mental healing, financial healing. So we've got reaching for our dreams, many blessings coming in, but also healing. Very beautiful energy. And lastly, the day of the lunar eclipse is on the 8th. And the 8th is the strength card, which is Leo. So now we have all the 4 fixed signs here. We have Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. Understand that these signs are going to be very prevalent for you right now. If you happen to be one of those, your sun sign, your moon, your rising, or maybe you have another very important placement there, then this information here today is going to be very relevant for your life journey at this time. We'll look at that. It's happening on the 8th day. And when we take the number 17 from the month in the universal year, 1 and 7 reduces to an 8. We're in an 8-8. That's the Lionsgate energy. There's deep change coming in. There's cosmic light activations. And that is why with these piles, when you pick the one you want, I'm using the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. There's a very big light activation coming in here on the day of the lunar eclipse, 8-8 here. I'm going to call it 8-8. It's like a reiteration of the Lionsgate we had in August. But then when we finally add it together, what is 8 and 8? 16. And the lunar eclipse is occurring at 16 degrees of Taurus, with the sun at 16 of Scorpio. In the Tarot, 16 is the Tower. Again, we're getting that reiteration of change and transformation, aren't we? Something in your life needs to change, needs to crumble, needs to complete in order for this beautiful star energy to come in. Alrighty, so let's dive in and look at the piles. So the timestamps will be below. You can choose them either based on the stone, okay, the crystal, and we're going to go into what is being activated in your life right now with a lunar eclipse. We're going to then also look at timing, that maybe there's a timing message in each pile. So if you have a question about a timing for something in your life, and then the angel answer cards are telling you what is going to help that timing come in. Because sometimes we'll get a timing, but if we're not doing anything to assist that timing, then the timing gets delayed. So always remember, you are an active participant in your life. So when I say be non-attached or be the observer, I'm not saying be inactive. I'm saying be active, but don't be attached. So let's look at pile 1. It's the golden quartz aura heart. I believe it's called golden aura heart. And the activator card is Earth Star Activation. Okay, so that's pile number 1. And I do feel like you may want to just pick one pile here. Some of you like to watch all of them, and do that, but I do feel like the messages could end up being different for each one. Pile number 2 is this beautiful crystal ball. It's a quartz crystal ball. And the activator card is Halls of a Mentee Initiation. And then last but not least is pile number 3, which is this beautiful rose quartz angel. And the activation card is Inner Earth. So take time to pick your pile, pause the video, whatever you need to do. And I'm going to move the cards out of the way. And we're going to start with pile number 1 here. And then at the end of each pile, I'm going to pick live some messages on our love life. But I don't want that to be the focus here, okay? Because I feel like there's something else going on, and I want that to be the focus. So let me go ahead and move these out of the way. And we will start with pile number 1. Thank goodness my neighbor stopped the music. I was a little concerned that was going to get in the way, but I'm glad it didn't. So here we go. For those of you that chose pile number 1, or the golden aura heart. Beautiful heart. I'm going to leave that right there. Let's look at what are the energies here. What cosmic energies are coming in for this lunar eclipse for you? It's the Earth Star Activation, anchoring grounded action Isis energy. So right away, pile number 1, you're meant to be working with the divine goddess Isis. She's the Egyptian goddess. She is one of the goddesses of love, by the way. So this could be about your love life, okay? Or how you share your heart with others, how you build sacred relationships in your life. So let's look at what kind of activation you're bringing in here. The Earth Star Activation has to do with the Earth Star. And I'm going to go back here and relook at this. The Earth Star is about 6 to 12 feet, I believe, beneath the soles of your feet. It's called the Earth Star Chakra. It's where you connect your physical, mental, spiritual body to the Earth's chakra. That's the Earth Star Chakra. And what you may want to do to further activate it is just visualize a golden or copper light going down through your hip area, down from your heart, hip area, down through the soles of your feet, deep down into the core of the earth, because down there there's like a Merkaba. Okay, there's a chakra, there's a crystalline energy that's a representation of Mother Earth's chakra. And you want to just visualize your own energy going down and wrapping around it. And that will then help you further access all of her energies here. Earth Star activation. Yep, this is a beautiful, beautiful message. You're being asked to anchor down and go digging within yourself to find any parts of your magic wisdom and experiences that you have pushed down, both in this incarnation and in previous lifetimes. These tools could be very helpful for you on the next phase of your journey. So when you're drawing this card, know that the Earth Star is being activated for you right now, and that the wisdom you once either ignored or you weren't aware of is finally being acknowledged. So some form of wisdom within you is being activated, and you are being asked right now to really dive into this, to not ignore it anymore. But this can also be about the rejected parts of yourself that are now being rediscovered. Parts of yourself you left back in other lifetimes. Perhaps you had lifetimes in Egypt. Perhaps you feel a very deep connection to the goddess Isis and Osiris, to that life, to those energies, those gods and goddesses. But this is about bringing in and rediscovering aspects of yourself that have been sleeping, dormant, or rejected. And when I say rejected, that often happens in childhood, that you weren't acknowledged, that some part of who you were as a child was not acknowledged, and therefore you rejected this part of yourself, and it has been lying all this time within you, waiting to be rediscovered. So for those of you that chose pile number 1, you may want to do some past life journeying, self-hypnosis, or you may want to do some inner child work. There's an opportunity here for you to rediscover magic within yourself, but the counsel is to stay firmly rooted in all of your endeavors. Let the earth hold and sustain you. So connect deeply into the earth to do this. So for pile number 1, the other message here is not to rush ahead. In fact, if you've been wondering if it's time to move forward, the answer is not yet. Stay put for the time being. Important information is about to be revealed to you. So wait, stand strong, and build your inner emotional, physical, financial strength. This is a time of integration and rest rather than pushing forward. Great wisdom lies within you. Dive deep and find it, and trust in yourself. You have more strength than you could possibly realize. I love that message. So here's your affirmation, pile 1. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Love that message. So that is the activation that is happening here for pile number 1. Let's go in and look at the clarifiers here. What extra message can we get? Realization, there we go. Okay, I love it. You're the key. You're the key that you seek. See how she's standing in front of what looks like a portal or a door, but the portal looks like a key, a place for a key. And she's standing in front of it, not sure if she's ready to move in yet. So there's that message of don't rush, don't push ahead. This is a place of stillness for the time being. You're going to know exactly when to move ahead, and perhaps the waxing crescent is going to be your time frame. Well, waxing is when we're building from a new moon to a full moon. So the time frame I'm getting here is 3 weeks from now. Exactly 3 weeks from now. But this could also be for some of you 3 months. Or maybe we're looking at the 3rd day, like December 3rd, January 3rd. So look at the number 3 and what it means for you. but understand there's some very powerful realizations coming in, and know that you hold the key to all that you seek. I love that. So now that we have that, before I look at the love card, let's look at the timing. What is your timing message here? By the next season absolutely fits with what I just said. The next season would be winter, or the next season of whenever you watch this video, because this video is timeless. It's cosmic. All my messages are cosmic. By the next season, whatever that means for you. Now let's look at some clarifiers. Is there anything you need to do to make sure that this comes in? You need to practice the sacred no, okay? That there's certain things you maybe need to say no to right now. But this is the tentative no. It's not the absolutely I'm not doing this. It's more, no, let me think about this first. No, I cannot give you an answer at this time. But maybe once you think about it, the answer will be yes. This is the no that can become a yes. But I want you to take it as strong boundaries. Don't be a doormat for others. Say no until you have clarity. And then it will either stay a no or it could become a yes. And again, I got within the next few weeks. There we go. So for pile number one, it's not about rushing in. However, I'm not seeing that you have to wait too long. Now, the next few weeks can be anywhere from 2 to 3 to 8 weeks out. So there's the timing messages for you. And take them as they resonate, please. Everyone is not going to be at the same level in terms of timing. But really work with what that sacred no means to you. So I'm going to leave the Earth Star activation up, but I'm going to bring out the romance cards now, and I'm going to leave this up right next to it. Beautiful. So let's look at what love beam wants to reach you right now. What love beam wants to reach you? It's a beam of love in your love life. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. We've got that full moon there, right? And I've got that Leo energy there. So this Lionsgate energy is very strong for you in pile one. I'm getting a strong feeling for pile one that many of you may be fire signs or have a lot of fire energy in your chart. Leo, Sag, Aries. Doesn't mean you're a sun sign there. You could have your moon, you could have your Venus, Mars there, rising. But you're wanting to activate the energies of Leo. Leo is about trusting in your journey. It's about building great inner and outer strength. Leo endures. Think about the lion out in nature. Ooh, lions are strong. They don't give up, do they? They never give up unless they realize they finally lost the battle, then they walk away. But lions put in their very, very best. And they want you to do this here with love. So where you're needing to show up in strength, in leadership, in courage, in endurance is in your love life. Whether that's in romantic or with family, wherever your relationships and love are, it's about really giving that time and energy right now and actually fighting for it. But please don't give up. Have faith. So let's see if we can get some extra love messages for pile number one. What's the guidance in your love life right now? What is the guidance for pile number one? I'm going to pick from the Creative Love Oracle, and I'll also pick some Tarot from the Lover's Path Tarot. So what is the overall guidance in your love life? And this is for anyone, married, single, dating, not sure what you want. It doesn't matter. This is about talking about how love is reaching you right now. What does love want to tell you right now? I love it. Quality time. Spending more time together and doing things that you enjoy is very important right now. If you are single, this card tells you to spend more time with friends. This card highlights parties and a good time. So we're getting the message of quality, but get out and spend time with the people you love and that you value. And if you're single, spending time with the people you love and value is maybe what's going to open up your love life. Maybe you're going to meet somebody. I'm going to pull one more card for pile number 1. I love it. You're building blocks. So for pile number 1, I feel like your love life is either very stable right now, or it's growing in stability, or this is what you want for your love life. You want it to really grow. You want to spend quality time with the people you love, and you want to build the relationship. This card is a sign that you will attract a solid relationship. And for those of you that are single, I really love the messages here. You are going to attract someone who really sees you as a beautiful person to be with. Because with love endures, quality time, and building blocks, you're going to attract someone who's going to want to really be in your life, really participate in your life. But this can also be about what you have to give in a relationship, right? Already established relationships will become stronger. Both of you are laying out an honest, strong, and genuine foundation. I love that because the Leo energy is about being genuine, being authentic. And it's also about being strong. And then we have this strong Taurus energy, which is about being very honest and building a foundation. Fits very well. I don't know that I need to really pick any more cards for love, but let's maybe pick one or two from the Lovers Tarot. And maybe I'll focus this on those of you that are single or just starting to date, or have been dating someone just casually, not sure where it's going. Let's see what other messages the Lover's Path Tarot wants to bring for us in terms of your love life. 10 of Coins. There we go. 10 of Pentacles. Yep. Sorry, I had I didn't realize I was picking it upside down. 10 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles. You are building something that lasts. That's your desire, is to build your kingdom. The 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Coins, is the happily ever after. It's getting everything you want. And we're asking about your love life. But the 10 of Coins can be about your career as well. And here we have the Fool. So there could be some new beginnings here. But the new beginning in your love life is you wanting to create. You're wanting to create a foundation that lasts, okay? So whatever it is that you're creating with the Fool, we have 0 and 10. There could be a completion of something in your life right now and a very new beginning. But this new beginning, I'm going to move it that way, looks very, very auspicious. Okay? Yeah. And so let me get one more last card here for you. Yeah, 10 of Arrows. Okay. So we've got 10, 10, and 0. Very interesting. There's something leaving your love life right now, something you are completing. You're letting go of anxiety. You're letting go of overwork, whatever it is. The 10 of Swords or Arrows is a completion of worry, actually. It's letting go of worry finally, and not investing in connections, whether they're love or business, that you always have to worry about all the time. You're deciding, I don't want to invest in that anymore. I want the 10 of Coins. Therefore, with the Fool, I'm going to start a new journey here. And I love how in this deck, the Fool is, there's pillars around it. So it's as if the Fool is in the 4 of Wands. See that energy of the 2 pillars on either side? You want to really invest in what's going to bring you that happily ever after, that happy outcome. And it's a stable one, because with the coins, we want stability, right? So let's look at the last message here from the 10 of Arrows, where you're headed for pile number 1. The King of Arrows, I like it. Okay, so you're sitting on your own throne. You're going to make your own decisions now. Yeah, I like this. There's a lot of self-empowerment here for pile number 1. You're letting go of other people telling you how to do something, and you're becoming your own authenticator. You're the king or the queen on your own throne. And I notice how in this card, the king sits with his own sword, his own arrow. He knows what he's doing. He's having discernment. He's cutting away things that are not healthy for him. He only wants to get involved in communication that's mutual and that's open and receptive. I mean, in this deck, it's Adonis. And what I'm getting, I keep getting the word no bullshit anymore. No bullshit. That's what they keep telling me. So maybe that's what you've been asking for. You know, the King of Arrows is about discernment. You're only going to build relationships where there's equal communication, where there's boundaries. And again, what did we get for this deck? We got that no, right? And I wanted to pull one more card where you're going. You're going towards justice, which is balance. Okay? What you truly want is coming in. It's going to be balanced out. I like this card in this deck because she's creating a loom. She's actually creating something she's going to put up. So in the days of the Middle Ages or during the Romantic period, which is what these cards are based on, they used to create these tapestries, and it took them many, many, many months to create them. So what I'm getting here for pile number 1 is you're creating a beautiful tapestry for what you want your love life to look like, okay? So those are the messages for you. And remember, in your love life, and this is about all relationships, get rid of the bullshit, be very discerning, do not invest in relationships where you have anxiety that's building, there's unclarity going on, you feel like you're always worrying about something. The message is either walk away, close it down, it's not the right thing for you, there's something new awaiting you, or balance it out. Bring justice to the table, bring discernment to the table, and then see if this can work out. Alrighty? So those were your messages. Let me know if they fit what's going on in your life. Let me know if you like them. Give me thumbs up, join my channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And lastly, just let me know what you think. Alrighty, let's go to pile number 2. Where are we here? So for pile number 2, something's going on here with pile number 2. I dropped the entire pile. Interesting, clearing energy here. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful quartz crystal ball. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it right there. Hopefully it won't move. It wants to move across the table. What is your message? What cosmic ray of activation is reaching you through the lunar eclipse? We have the halls of a Amenti initiation. Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. The halls of Amenti originally existed within the Atlantean world. And it's a portal. It sits between 2 portals, the dark and the light. So there's an invitation to do shadow work here. Is what I'm getting right away for pile number 2. You want to work with your dark and light, and you want to bring them into balance. See how in the mirror you're looking at yourself. There's a reflection of you in the cosmos. And within it, we've got a perfect triangle. Well, not quite. I think all sides. I think it's an equal triangle. Could be wrong. It could be the one where the bottom side is a little bit longer. But there's something here about coming into harmony. Because when we're dealing with triangles in astrology, it's a sign of harmony between planets. There's some form of harmony that you're wanting to create, number 2, in your life. But to get there, it's telling you you've got to invite the halls of Amenti in, you've got to invite the Atlantean energy in, and you have got to do some shadow work. The halls of Amenti are a sacred learning space that were energetically transported by Thoth from Atlantis to the spiritual plane, before Atlantis came to an end. So the halls of Amenti exist in a higher spiritual plane, in the fifth or sixth dimensions. It is said that the portal to this etheric retreat is energetically connected to the Great Pyramid of Giza. So this is interesting. Pile number 2, you're really beautifully following pile number 1. You may want to go back and listen to that pile, see if there's some information there for you. However, I do feel like there is different energy in this pile, okay? But if you feel like listening to pile 1, go back and do that. So the Pyramid of Giza, we're going back to Egypt. Now the Pyramid of Giza was said to also be home of the Emerald Tablet. And the Emerald Tablet is about divine alchemy and conscious manifesting. So something about you manifesting your life right now is what's coming in. You're wanting to be a greater manifester. You're bringing in divine alchemy. So for pile 2, I feel like you're working with the higher realms right now. Instead of going deep into the Earth Star chakra, which was pile number 1, you're going into the higher chakras, like the 8th or 9th chakras. You're wanting to work with the ones high above your head. And the halls of Amenti, it's about between the worlds. You're working between the worlds right now. So in order to connect to this energy, visualize the Great Pyramid of Giza and visualize a portal that looks like this golden mirror, and see yourself at the center of this sacred temple. Set clear intentions to align with your higher purpose, and that you're ready to receive higher transmissions. So for pile 2, I feel like you're the receiver of higher cosmic energy and transmissions right now. You are in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You might feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening for you right now. So that means you may have been going through a very challenging time, in the last few months or even the last year or two. You may be feeling like you're just going through this year after year, month after month of when is this going to let up? And the answer for you is it's starting to lighten up now. You've been on a journey of doing an awful lot of shadow work and removing the obstacles of past lives, soul connections, whatever they are. But there's a reconfiguration happening here. Energetically, you are going through an initiation that's going to allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego and transcend the limitations of this physical reality. So this is the card of transcendence. You are going beyond ego. So know that all of the trials and tribulations of your life were about you transcending ego, about transcending the physical 3D and being able to access more fully or even permanently the 5, 6D and beyond. You might not feel that light is present just yet because you are still in the middle of this phase, but know that this light is present within you. You might be feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, but a lot of this frustration is actually old energies that were stored in the depths of your body being released so that your vibration can rise. Wow. If this is not the Phoenix energy, I don't know what is. Okay, very different than pile number 1. So this is your affirmation. Life is conspiring for me. Life is conspiring for me. And it is. Because for pile number 2, this is absolutely about your transcendence. Okay? So let's look at what are the extra messages here. What's the extra message? We've got nourishment, waxing crescent. Right now, the most important thing for you to do is to nourish your own well-being, to do all the things that bring you passion, joy, put a smile on your face. This is about self-nourishment, from the very mundane to the very spiritual, to every single corner of your life and your well-being. Absolute nourishment is what I'm getting. It's number 7, which is the pathway of the spiritual warrior. 7 is the number of spirit. So for number 2, you're a spiritual warrior. You're here to transcend. You're here to become enlightened. But right now, you are meant to nourish yourself from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Every facet of your life needs this nourishment. What I'm also getting is you may be building abundance in your life right now. There could be a lot of prosperity and abundance coming towards you, and this is about giving great gratitude for that. See how she has her hands open? She's open to receive. So for pile 2, receive what the universe wants to bestow upon you, because you have been on a very long journey. And call in the number 7. You may be seeing a lot of 7s lately. I keep getting 777. I keep seeing 717 as well. And remember that life is conspiring for you, not against you, okay? So let's see what the timing messages are for pile number 2. Oh, wow, I got a lot of messages for pile number 2 in terms of timing. Interesting. The first message I got is, if you have been wondering about this daily, you are in its vibration. Time frame is within a few weeks. So whatever it is you're wondering about, if you're really focusing on it positively, this is not negatively, this is positively focusing on it, you are in its vibration. That means you are manifesting it. So that time frame could be within a few weeks. Let's look at what is going to help you. Interesting. I got perfect timing. That means lean into divine timing. Keep asking for divine timing. Just know that perfect timing could be any moment, and that it's all in alignment with your transcendence. In the near future, wow, did I get a lot of timing messages here. In the near future can be any moment. I'm feeling for pile 2 that the timing could be like quicksand, effervescent, osmosis, are all the words I'm getting. Or it could take a little longer. But the moment you just open and receive and just say, all of this is happening in perfect timing, then you don't attach to it. And then everything's going to happen beautifully. And the last message is, the perfect timing has something to do with you being recovered. You feeling like you're in recovery. Because this card is about giving yourself enough time to achieve balance. It's not a card of rushing ahead. Make sure that you're feeling well rested, that you're feeling balanced, that you've recovered enough to receive what wants to come to you. So the timing then is based on how you actually feel. Have you been resting enough? Have you been meditating enough? And the thing I love too about this picture is she looks like she's in a meditative pose. So maybe you need to be doing some yoga. You know, in this picture, she's showing you an angel. There's an angel helping you. Whatever it is you're recovering from, whether it's physical, mental, a relationship, a move, maybe something happened in your job or your career, you've got so much beautiful, angelic, divine guiding helping you through here. So perfect divine timing. I feel like for pile 2, just call on your angels and guides. There's so much guidance here for you. Beautiful messages. I want to complete now by just looking at your love life. I'm going to leave that out. What wants to come in your love life? What blessing of love, what love beam is coming to you? New love. Embrace the new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. So we've got spiritual growth on the horizon. We have new love coming in. We have new work opportunities. But receive, we're getting that energy of receive. So pile number 2, you really need to open your arms and your heart and receive, please. Because something very beautiful and new wants to find you. So let's see if I can get some extra clarifiers here in terms of your love life. Whatever you are, whether you're in a relationship, married, wondering if you should stay in a relationship, single, or just starting to date or casually dating, does not matter. What is your guidance in love? When it says new love, what does this mean? What new love is wanting to find you, pile 2? Okay, so we have the message of being flexible. You may have someone in mind, but your spirit guides want you to know that there are better options for you. So right now they're telling you, don't simply put one person into the pile here. So I'm getting this is more the message for those of you that are single or dating, or if you're not in a happy relationship and you're wondering if you should get out of it or not. They're asking you to be flexible, to know that you've got more than one option. This card can also pertain, though, to releasing any unrealistic expectations on a relationship or a person. So the message is about being flexible. Be real with your relationships right now. Don't put expectations on there that aren't realistic, right? But be flexible. If you want the other person to meet you at the same place, you've got to be flexible. You can't just ask them to do that. But be flexible in terms of what's coming to you. So I'm feeling that's the big message here. Flexible in terms of be open, because you don't know how this is going to come in. Let's see if I can get one more guidance card for pile 2 in love. Oh, I think we're going to pick 3. Reconciliation. Someone may be wanting to return to your life. This card stands for reconciliation and forgiveness. Someone may feel very sorry for their actions and they want to apologize. And so this is about being open to receive that apology. Doesn't mean you should come back into that relationship, but you do want to receive the apology. Or perhaps you are in this situation where you need to say sorry. It also may be important to simply forgive in order to move on. You know, people always say, I don't want to hear about people returning. Yet when we're in a very powerful Mars or Mercury retrograde, and we're in a very strong Mars retrograde right now, which is ruled by Mercury, then people returning to our lives are always going to be on the table. And the people returning come back in because something was left unfinished. You may feel so complete about it, but maybe they don't. And so to allow them to reconcile so that they can feel complete is a beautiful gift to give another human being. But only do it if emotionally you're ready to do it. If you're not emotionally ready to do it, then you have some forgiveness work to do. And guess what? Some part of your heart then is holding on to this. Because when someone comes to us with a very earnest forgiveness, and we are okay to receive it, then we've already done our work. We have not attached to them anymore. We've let go of it. But if we still have anger or resentment, then we have not let go of it yet, right? So here to bring in this new love, you've got some work to do, don't you? There could be some forgiveness work. There could be some reconciliation happening. And it could be some very positive reconciliation. It's going to bring in great healing. But you also need flexibility. Yeah, and the last card is acceptance and optimism. Staying optimistic and accepting your current situation helps you to attract more joy and happiness into your life in general. So feeling good about yourself is the key to receiving what you want. And so I feel like this is for those of you that are single or really hoping a relationship will change and grow. It's saying open, again, we get this, open your arms to receive this. We keep seeing these visuals of someone in front of the sun or in front of the stars, opening their arms and heart and body to receive it. But it's about saying to the universe, I'm ready, I feel good, I'm optimistic about my love life right now. The right person will come to you when you are ready, okay? Very significant message. For new love, it's going to come when you are ready. And didn't we get that message of recovery? We did. Divine timing, recovery. When you are ready, what you want in your love life will come in. So let's see if I can get a little bit more clarity, just a little bit more clarity for you on what that means. Okay? From the Lover's Path Tarot. Acceptance and optimism. What new love wants to come into your life? You know, what new love? What is coming towards you here? Lunar eclipses and full moons always bring in the energy of romance and love. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Someone wants to bring in Ace of Cups, an offer of love under the full moon. So this is a lunar eclipse. It is a full moon. This is coming in fast. Beautiful. Wow. Someone wants to bring you an Ace of Cups. Okay, Four of Coins means patience, though. Okay? They're thinking about it. They're thinking about the right way to do it, how to bring in this Four of Coins, but it's being patient. She's just sitting there, and there's someone behind her, okay? This is regardless of gender. I know a lot of these visuals here have women in them, but please know this is meant to be genderless. There's someone wanting to come to you. In this deck, it looks like an emperor. So whether you're male or female, an emperor-type energy or king-type energy is wanting to come to you. And what I'm getting with this specific Four of Coins, because it's not the same in every tarot deck, the fours are about building foundations, and they can be about stagnancy sometimes, not wanting to share things, wanting to hoard. The Four of Coins can be about not being open to receive, not looking in that direction. And of course, in this case, she isn't. She's looking somewhere else. She's looking at her coins while someone's trying to come towards her. But what I'm getting here is that you may not see this love offer coming. Okay? But you also have to be patient. It could come in 4 days, the 4th day of the month. It could be 4 weeks. It could be 4 months. So, of course, earlier we got the idea that it's coming in, I believe, weeks. So maybe within 4 weeks or even 4 days is the answer here. But I feel like it's kind of going to catch you by surprise, pile number 2. And then we have the Three of Coins. Yeah, whatever this is, this person wants to build something with you. This is about building something together. But the threes are always about communication. So whatever this offer is, it's going to be a very stable offer of love. And if you're currently in a relationship, you two are working on this. You're really working on building your relationship and making it work for both of you. Okay? So one more last card here that we could pull. We've got so far water and earth signs in particular is what I'm getting here. And we have the Eight of Coins. Yeah, you're building this coin by coin. Your love life is growing and building. So for pile number 2, these were your messages. And as I said, with love, it looks like it's building slowly. Okay? And remember, you need to be in a place of receiving. You need to feel like you're in a place of recovery. You need to be flexible because you don't know how it's coming in, or not necessarily, let me rephrase that. You're not 100% sure on how this is going to come in. And I'm getting that message twice here. But whatever it is, it's going to be something very solid, a very solid offer, either by someone you're currently with, building your connection, or someone brand new coming in that really wants to work on this, but they're going to be slow. And guess what? You may be the one that's going to be slow too. This is steady as she goes. And the sign languages I'm getting here are all the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and the water signs, which are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, primarily water and earth. But up here, I'm also feeling the air energy as well. Not getting any fire for some reason. So if you happen to be an air sign, water, earth, sun, moon, Venus, Mars, then I think this pile is for you, or at least those are the energies that you're needing to focus on at this time. And lastly, in terms of love, if new love is coming into your life, maybe they're an earth sign or a water sign, or maybe they have strong earth or water in their chart. Love it. So let me know how this resonated with you. Give me a thumbs up, send me a comment, subscribe to my channel, click the bell. Not clip the bell, but click the bell. Thank you so much for joining me here. Let's move on now to pile number 3. For those of you that chose the beautiful rose quartz angel, she sleeps with me under my pillow at night. Rose quartz is great for putting under your pillow if you want to sleep well. And I often put her in with a very grounding stone. I have a tektite that I put under my pillow too. So for pile number 3, what beautiful cosmic rays of energy activations are coming to you in this lunar eclipse? We have the inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. It's very beautiful. So see how the earth is represented there by a person. Getting a lot of messages here. So you're working with your root chakra, which sits around your pelvis area at the tip of your tailbone. But what I'm also getting here is your inner earth is also your heart chakra. Because see how the visual of the earth here, the inner earth is right where the heart of the earth would be. So you're working on both your root base chakra and your heart chakra, which would make absolute sense. Strength and security, laying a foundation. So for pile number 3, what I'm getting right off the bat is you're wanting to build strength, security, safety. You want to feel really safe. So maybe you're building security and safety in your career. Maybe you're doing it in terms of your financial well-being. Perhaps you're working on your physical well-being at this time. All those 3 fit in here. Okay, I'm getting a message around that, but maybe you're also building a home. This could have something to do with family and home and laying a very solid foundation. The root chakra is what connects us to the physical world and all of its lessons. So the base chakra, or the inner earth, is telling us why we're here. So this lunar eclipse is showing us at an even deeper level why we're here, why we came to this earth, what is our pathway now, what are the contracts that perhaps and lessons we came here to do. This card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to this planet and everything that we have learned during our many lifetimes here. So within the inner earth, within our base chakra and our heart chakra, we have a connection to our own Akashic records. So we're pulling in the lessons and the lifetimes of experience that are meant to guide us right now. So you could be dreaming, having a lot of dreams of past lives right now. We are being given a very powerful opportunity to root down and to claim our right to be on the planet, to claim the truth that ultimately we are safe to be here. So this has to do with safety on the earth. You are becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled on planet Earth. Know that it is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated on the planet at this time. And although you may feel at times that you're unstable or that you've lost your way, you don't want to be here, you have been building up momentum to be where you are today. So for pile number 3, this is for those of you that have felt like an outlier, an outlander. You can't connect easily to others. You're looking for your soul tribe. You wonder, why are you on this planet? You don't feel like it's your home. You ask for, why do I have to stay here? Can I leave? That's this pile. For those of you that have not felt safe here, that you don't feel like you belong, you don't know who your soul tribe is, and those of you that are on that journey of finding who they are. Okay? So this pile I'm feeling is the pile of journey. You're on a journey to discover your soul family and your soul mission. You are in a space right now where you can build powerful foundations, a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need to be, and what you need to do to flourish and grow. You have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've buried deep within and reclaim gifts that you have abandoned. So the one thing I'm seeing here almost across all 3 piles is this reclamation of self. And that would be correct, because this lunar eclipse, which followed the solar eclipse earlier, a couple weeks back in Scorpio, it's all about reclaiming our birthright, reclaiming our personal authenticity and why we're here on the earth and what we are here to do. But with pile number 3, I'm feeling like you're at that brink right now of truly reclaiming your power, and that the biggest message for you is to feel safe, to know that you're protected at all times, that it is a great time for you to start new projects, or any projects that you've been thinking about for a while, or anything you've put on hold. They're telling you for pile number 3 that for you, it is the perfect time right now. So for pile 3, your timing is now. None of the other 2 piles got that message. Your timing is now. In pile number 2, there was a little bit of that, but not in pile number 1. Your timing is now. The seeds that you are planting are sending roots deep into Mother Earth. You are being held. You are being supported. So your timing is now. I love it. Let's look at your affirmation cards. I will not remain stuck. I choose change. Okay? So that is telling you that it's time to unstuck yourself. If there's something that you're in that you don't feel like there's any movement forward, it's time to shift it. Okay? The inner earth is telling you, really connect deeply with your root chakra and your heart chakra and move forward. Become unstuck. It's time for change. It's time to start planting these new seeds. Whatever you've kept on the back burner and you keep telling yourself, I'm not ready, it's not time, I'm not ready, it's not time. They're telling you, stop. You are ready. Just take one small step forward to begin. It does not have to be a giant leap. It's funny how we keep getting the word choose. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. Choose. You need to choose positive change in your life. And then everything you want is going to come into being, because all of your guides and angels are ready. They're just waiting for you. Pile 3, they're waiting for you. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, so let's see if we can't get some extra clarifiers for you, especially, wow, pile 3, I got more cards for you than any of the other piles, I think. We've got will. Yeah, you've got the willpower. You can do this. You're ready. This is almost like mind over matter. So I feel that will is you just haven't felt maybe strong enough. You've been worried that you either weren't ready or you weren't strong enough, and they're telling you you are. You've got the strength, you've got the willpower. There is nothing that you cannot succeed at. We have the waxing, I'm going to say waning full moon in the background. So this is your time right now, because after this lunar eclipse or full moon, we go into the waning full moon, right? Yeah, this is your time. It's time. Exert your will. This is not willpower over others. This is personal strength and authenticity. It's using your will for positive movement forward. And the other message is protection. Yeah, you're being protected. Look at that. See how the bird is carrying you in its nest. Your guides, the divine, is watching over you. You are absolutely protected here. No worries. Looking here, I feel like there's an extra message for you. Yeah, you're being protected. This is a great time for you to create and to cast for a new purpose. It's an easy time for you to plug into the earth, to raise the benevolent and loving energy of the earth, to turn to the four directions, asking that each direction shield and protect you in your endeavors. And then finally connect with the moon herself, brimming with full power and confidence. So the moon is guiding you here. And your word or your affirmation is, I am loved and I am protected. This is the chance for you to let go of all resistance, to surrender, and to do that with confidence. You may feel that you need some support from the universe, but understand the universe is already here supporting you. It's just simply time to open your hands and let go. Surrender. There is so much that is awaiting you here. I really love that message. And you know, it's interesting. I got another extra message for pile 3. I am clearly guided by my revered guardian who protects me always. We're getting a lot of messages of protection, that maybe you're feeling vulnerable and not safe, but yet the messages are telling you, but you are. All you got to do is let go of the resistance to take one small step for mankind, right? The moon landing. So let's dive, before I take that off, let's look at the timing for pile 2. Is there any kind of timing message I've got? Pile 3, sorry. Wow. Time frame is within a few days. So the timing is now. That's what I kept getting. It's within a few days. Do it now. Choose this now. But in order to choose it, you've got to have trust. You've got to trust in your journey. You really have to trust in yourself. And if you need help, start by trusting in your guides. Ask them to show you ways that you can build this trust. And they will. Your angels and guides will do that. But this is about self-trust and trusting in the divine together. This is a picture of your soul. Because in this one, our physical body sits within our soul. Our soul doesn't sit in our physical body, okay? Our soul is so much bigger than our physical body. Ask your soul, ask your higher self, which is this part, to help guide you here, to build the trust that you need to move forward. Love these messages. Now I want to complete with bringing out some love messages. What's going on in your love life? Is there anything that you need to know in your love life at this time? What's the love beam wanting to find you? Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts. Okay, so for pile 3, it could be that your vulnerability, your resistance is you're afraid to be hurt. And so it's telling you the only way to go through this is through love. Love is the only thing that's going to heal you. And love provides a sense of security. Again, we're getting that message of protection. self-worth and importance, that love is the answer you seek. And see how she's blowing through a horn. You're telling the world you're ready. You're embracing love fully and completely. So for pile 3, I feel like this might be about your journey of love, okay? But remember, self-trust and self-love are the key ingredients here. You've got to build those before we can fully apply them outwardly. Love is strong and can endure anything. If you trust love, see, there's that trust message, everything else will fall into place. So you've got to really work with radical self-love. Pile 3, radical self-love, and really trusting in the divine, knowing that you are ready. You came to earth for this. You came to earth as a love beam. And if there are challenges, it is important that you allow your heart to remain open. Do not close your heart down, okay? So let's get some last little messages for your love life. Any last guidance from the Creative Love Oracle around your love life, regardless of whether you're in a relationship, just casually dating, or whether you're completely single, or whether you're even in a relationship that you're not sure if you want to stay in. I'm kind of getting 4 different scenarios here. It's about trusting in love. I'm really getting that big for pile 3. You are meant to have love in this lifetime, a great love. Great love. Oh my gosh. Psychic connection, that's a great love. There's a strong psychic connection between you and this person. So there could be someone you have in mind, or the person coming into your life, you're going to have a strong psychic connection with them. He or she thinks exactly the same as you, are very close. Your intuition is telling you the right thing about this situation and this person. So 2 things here. 1, true love for you is going to be someone you have a beautiful psychic connection with. And secondly, if you're wondering about someone right now, your intuition is telling you the right message. So listen to your intuition. Give me some extra guidance here. What's coming to pile? Wow, you're getting a message. You are soon going to receive a message from someone special. Okay, so you could be getting a message, maybe from someone you haven't heard from in a while, or maybe you just recently met someone, you gave them your phone number, and they're actually going to message you. But there's going to be some kind of new message of love. You're getting a new message that has something to do with love. This card also says that clear communication is needed. Okay, so you want to be really clear with the messages you give to people too. And also you want to make sure the messages you're receiving, that you're clear with them. So something about clarity here. Check your message folders. So that's the third message. You may want to check your folder. Some of us I don't always look at Instagram messages, or I don't always catch my WhatsApp. You may want to look across all of your social media and see if there's some kind of message that you weren't aware of. But really start checking all of your media and even your mailboxes. You know, your literal mailbox outside. Because I feel like there's a very strong message of love coming to you. And you know what? It could be a psychic message too. Could be coming through your dreams. Yeah, so for pile 3, I think I might just stay with these cards. Self-love, what did I say? Accepting and loving yourself is key in either attracting or maintaining a healthy relationship. Focus on what makes you unique without comparing yourself to others. You are unconditionally loved by the universe. So radical self-love is what's necessary here. But don't compare yourself to anyone else. You are unique. Okay? Self-love is the other key. I'm going to pick one more message. What's coming to pile number 3 in their love life? What's coming to pile number 3 in their love life? Okay. I feel like there's some kind of a storm too. There's a storm coming in. and there's a reunion. Okay. Any last card here? Any last card of guidance for pile number 3? So the storm means that there could be conflict affecting your love life at this time or a current relationship. Look for a diplomatic way to solve this. Okay, it can be solved, and in solving it, you will either have a reunion with that person, or you will choose to peacefully resolve and go in your own direction. So I feel like this is about someone that you're currently with or currently looking at dating, that there might be something going on here. But in terms of dating, this card also stands for unexpected and sudden changes that could bring someone into your life. And reunion could be someone returning to your life. It could be old friends, old colleagues. But reunion stands for spending time with family and friends. That the key to your love life right now, or your love corner, is spending time with family and friends. That is what is going to bring your love life in. Significant people from your childhood and or your past lives could be coming back into your life right now. So the reunion could be someone from another lifetime that you've never met in this lifetime. So I want to get one more last card here, and I'm not going to get any tarot for pile 3. I feel like I have enough messages of love coming in. Let's see if we can get one last message here for pile number 3, and the blessings of love coming in. Okay, I love it. Past life relationship. Your souls have known each other from previous lifetimes, and you've been with this person before, okay? There's an instant attraction and recognition on a soul level. So whoever it is that's coming into your life, for those of you that are single or just casually dating or getting out, deciding to get out of a relationship, you're bringing in a very, very powerful relationship. But the one you're currently in could also be a powerful one, but you need to see if this is what you want or not. Okay, so I'm getting different scenarios here. And remember, the key to this all is self-love and trust. And stay open. Love is the answer you seek. But no matter what in your love life, you are meant to be with a true love. Okay? So I love those messages. Let me know if they resonate with you. Sending you all a very, very big hug. And please do check out my website, as I have my astrology classes up. The 6 weeks intensive, I'm going to start sometime next year, either towards the end of January or March, maybe February. We'll see. Anytime before winter's over. My other one, my mini one, that's only a 2-week course, that one I'm available to start anytime mid-November through the end of November, or if not, I will start it sometime in January. So reach out to me if you're interested, but you need to go onto my website and click on the cart, the product that says 0, for me to know that you really want to do this. And then once I have enough people, I'll let you all know. I'll put up the actual price, and then you pay for it. The other thing that I'm bringing in here is a lecture. I'm going to be doing it here on Sunday, November 20th. Where I'm going to talk about the 2023 astrological forecast. I'll be going into some of the numerology and also the Chinese New Year of the water rabbit. All righty, sending you all a giant hug.